Good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, good morning.
It's Sunday, September 4th. It's 6:29 a.m. Right now in Toronto, it's 77 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly clear skies. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather, with a high of 105 degrees and a low of 77 degrees. By the way, there's an excessive heat warning in effect until Wednesday, September 7th, 8 p.m.
Okay, let's see what this beeping, buzzing, bonking, boinging was about. Motion alert. It was me. Let me get this done. Sorry, getting this camera situation. Some mute notifications, as I'm sure people are in there getting water. Okay, good morning, Thriving Warriors and those who wish they were. Here we are once again at Thriving Warrior Career Services Department. And it is 6:30 on a Sunday morning. Cool. Not really. It's kind of warm, but it's relatively cool. So our goal is to help you get from where you are to someplace better. We do that in several ways, one of which is we are here for you to contact us. But we also have these morning podcasts, these 10-minute-ish like things. We'll try to keep it around 10 minutes, focused on moving forward, helping you. That also has links.
Is it okay if I get my hair cut next Friday? Because I ran out of money the other day.
Sure.
Because I guess I got a limit on my card. And so it stopped, when I went with Charlene.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Whatever.
Also, can I get, today's Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I wash my clothes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can wash them any day you'd like.
Okay. Can I get the little...
Well, the girls are bringing them in.
Oh, they are.
But we have detergent in there.
Okay.
Okay.
When do you want me to put them in there?
I'm doing a video right now.
Okay.
So maybe after I can get you the detergent, which you can't seem to find in the room, but that's okay, because that's why we're here, to help you move from point A to point B. And point A is not cut hair, not me. Got a nice haircut yesterday. They added some, and getting laundry soap. So that's cool. If it was only that easy. So we have these podcasts. We have our online course. We have books. But mostly we're here for you. We have housing, clothing, food, hygiene. And we have skills training and employment. We have everything that you need. So if your life is lacking in some area, reach out. Or if you know somebody whose life is lacking in an area, reach out, because that's why we are here. Especially if you are a veteran or you are out of prison. The only condition is you have to be ready, willing, and able to work. We are not here to enable people to have, well, it's not that we're not here. We aren't able to, we're not able to enable people to have that kind of lifestyle where they don't work. That's a different program. That's not our program. That's a different program. But anyway, good morning, people. We're 4:27 in. And from today's first talk, which is in the notes below, please subscribe, click on the bell, tell your friends, share this. One of the comments in there is that life is a mind game. And that's true. And a lot of neuroscientists, or some neuroscientists, believe The only reason we have a body is so that our brain can move us to places. That it's all about what's going on in our brain. And unfortunately, we have a lot of garbage in there, a lot of unproductive stuff. And the solution, the goal is to break bad habits and create new good habits. But to break a bad habit, not only do you need to stop the behavior, but it's probably easier if you change the belief underlying the behavior. However, changing the belief isn't enough. Usually it's not enough to change the unconscious behavior. So life is a mind game. If you can't control your brain, if you can't control your mind, life is going to be harsh, brutal, and probably short. Okay, another thing along those lines to consider is other people's external words become our internal words. Somebody criticizes you, somebody says something you don't like. It's just vibrations in the air. You don't need to let it control you. So yesterday I got in a crazy text stream with somebody who was very upset about an innocent comment that was made. Kind of on the lines of, how dare you make that comment? So it's kind of like, well, how dare you criticize me for making that comment? We can say whatever we want. So what you're saying is, I can't make a comment that's innocent, but it's okay for you to make a comment criticizing me for making an innocent comment. Well, what gives you the, okay, it's just goofy, right? People's external words become our internal words. And for whatever reason, this person decided it was inappropriate for me to make a comment, and then felt anything I said was backpedaling or being insincere and genuine. And my starting point is words are words. People should be able to say what they want, and other people should be able to not let them bother them. Right. Why should you be bothered? I mean, it's kind of, isn't that the term of being a snowflake, right? Somebody says something you don't like, and screw you, asshole. Okay, whatever. People are free to do whatever they want, is my opinion, and that should be your opinion. We need to be able to control our emotions, because if we don't, someone else will, and they'll probably take us out of the game. So evidently I took that person out of the game, and then basically caused me to exit the game. But we are now 8 minutes and 11 seconds in. Let's talk about, what was our TED Talk yesterday? David Foster Wallace. And let's talk about the opening story in David Foster Wallace of, there's these two young fish swimming, and an older fish is swimming this way. As they pass, the older fish says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And then a little bit later on, one of the younger fish looks at the other fish and says, "What the hell is water?" And the idea is that David Foster Wallace goes on for the next 20 minutes in his graduation speech, is that is a default setting. It's so encompassing around the fish. They're always in it. They don't even know what water is. It's just something that's taken for granted and unseen, but controlling. We all have a default setting. And the value of an education, according to David Foster Wallace, is you get to choose to keep your default setting or to change your default setting. You don't just have to blindly be controlled by it. But we all have default settings. So that's David Foster Wallace. Today we have Gary Vee. Gary Vee has his old style of profanity, which is encouraged by Tony Robbins because it's a way to get through to people. You know, if you're communicating with someone, you want to make sure you're actually getting into their brain. And so one of the million things that Tony Robbins has said is that when you use swear words, it gets people's attention, it gets into their brain. And that's an effective tool. My grandpappy, my German grandpappy from Missouri would say, if you want to communicate with a jackass, you have to speak its language. In response to, why are you swearing? Well, if you want to communicate with a jackass, you have to speak its language. So that's another thing. But Tony Robbins is, if you want to get to their brain, if you want to have an impact, you need to use words that get to them. So Gary Vee has his thing, but it's basically stop talking about doing things, just go do it. And that's kind of the theme of life. Life is a mind game. It's all in your head. And you have to make a decision. Again, a Tony Robbins term, you have to make a decision to make something happen. To do that, you have to have control of your brain. And you have to be action-oriented. And you got to decide, this is not the life I want. I want to own my own home. I want to be able to go on vacation. I want to have people respect me. Here's what I want. But you got to believe that you can have it and that you should have it. And, when you get into should, now we're back into a subjective mind game. Okay? Because life is just that. External words, other people's external words become our internal words. Watch your thoughts. Yeah, I'd say it that way. Watch the things that you say to yourself, your self-talk. Is it negative? And if it is, what is the source of that? Did it come from somebody's external words? Okay, so there we are on that. The videos down below. The two videos here is Seth Godin, The Speed of Change. Moore's Law talks about the fact that computer chips get faster and cheaper over time. It turns out that the biggest shift to our culture isn't the changing speed of a computer chip. It's what happens when we network humans together. Adding more people to the internet has accelerated science, politics, and every element of culture. The echoes happen faster. The learning is exponential, and connected communities heat up and morph ever faster. Science used to be a solo endeavor. A monk with some pea plants could figure out genetics. Today, there are millions of people advancing the work of millions of people with new updates coming all day long. The problems are dramatically more difficult, but the solutions are possible because we've multiplied the speed of change. Thinking of problems as things for individuals to solve is hopelessly out of date. I'm going to repeat that. Thinking of problems as things for individuals to solve is hopelessly out of date. So, who should solve problems if it's not individuals? Groups, yeah. Tribes. What about the word problems? Maybe it's not a problem. Maybe it's an obstacle. And we know from Stoicism that the obstacle is the way. We know from Navy SEALs that we run towards the danger, not from the danger. So we want to seek out things to overcome and conquer, like evil in the world. Okay, so thank you once again, Seth Godin. We could not be here but for you. And we're 14:16 in on a Sunday. I had some tea with honey provided by Charlene, special honey. And I said, what do you have for breakfast? And she says, nut and honey. Okay, but it's special honey and, of course, coconut oil from Mark Rowland, who is gone but not forgotten, remembered every day here. Okay, and with that, let's see, do we have any other people to recognize thanks to everyone who made their payment. I think this was the first week in the history of our program, our current housing program going back to 2017, that everybody paid without being bugged or hassled. Wow. Kudos. Next Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be filling the lake, the pond. It's going to be a special occasion. We'd really like everybody there. We'll figure out transportation. It's going to be a barbecue, music, dancing. Well, maybe not that, but music for sure. Food, beverages for sure. I don't know about adult beverages. I'm planning to have adult beverages. We certainly don't want people having adult beverages who shouldn't. So I'm not sure whether we will. We can talk about that. But it's going to be an historic occasion. We want to get a lot of pictures of everybody there. Also, this was in somebody's room. That person is no longer with us. Not good. The person is back on the streets in Las Vegas by their choice. So it kind of breaks down as you know the rules, you know the consequences. If you decide to do the action and you get the consequence, then you're actually getting what you wanted. So we are just giving you what you wanted. Freedom! Freedom! Until, oops, halfway down the hill. I'm really sorry. Can we start over? And it's like, sure, next week. Call us next week. We'd be happy to restart. But anyway, that's a different story. 17:15 in. Yesterday was the only easy day. Life sucks. Let's embrace the suck. Let's get comfortable being uncomfortable. Let's not compare ourselves to other people, but compare ourselves to who we were yesterday. And be more samurai. Be more samurai. Okay. And with that, I will say cut, cut, cut.